On an empty stretch of the Long Beach Peninsula,
there's a plastic bag. It's probably off a boat, I think.
Russ Lewis searches for lost memories.
I mean, it comes in all shapes and forms. And
pieces of Japanese tsunami debris scattered across the beach.
there. And it's an ongoing process. Stuff keeps washing in as the days go by.
On March 11, 2011, a record 9.0 magnitude earthquake triggered a massive tsunami in northeastern Japan. This monster wall of water ravaged coastal towns and sent an estimated 5 million tons of debris floating out to sea.
Now here's something up ahead here. It might be a crab buoy.
Over the past year, Russ found an odd collection of tsunami debris, including everything from a large buoy.
These started washing in, and yeah, here's the...
to a mannequin head.
They came in with the styrofoam. Here's something that probably has a story to it. It's a little slipper to a child. I found a lot of shoes out there and slippers.
And tucked in the back of his garage, a brightly colored volleyball.
When I see that kind of stuff, I grab it and kind of hang on to it. Sometimes I hate to throw it away or something like that.
Like most tsunami debris, there's no explanation where it came from or what happened to its owner. This volleyball holds a mystery.
This has been on a long voyage, from a terrible disaster, and it finally made landfall on the other side of the Pacific Ocean in Washington State, and I was lucky enough to find it, and so let's send it back. Yeah, I'll present it to you.
Carry it there for you.
And so our journey begins.
Greatly appreciate that.
We travel more than 4,000 miles to Tokyo, Japan, in search of the volleyball's owner. To get to the tsunami-affected area, we have to drive north for another 8 hours across highways and mountain passes. When we finally get there, we discover a ghost of a town.
And it was just an ordinary city, it was. But everything has wiped out.
This is Rikuzen Takata.
Tsunami came just right to there, around the house.
It was literally wiped off the map. What used to be a bustling oceanside town is now a patchwork of empty, overgrown lots.
It's an incredible different change.
The tsunami reached 62 feet here in Rikuzen Takata. The high water mark is that red arrow. This building, like most of town, was underwater.
I'm not going to explain to you now because I want you to see it.
Most of the buildings are gone. The few still standing appear frozen in time.
This is the building here on the right.
A haunting reminder of this deadly tsunami.
The first 4 floors, every single apartment is blown out, front and back. You can still see bedding. You can see clothing.
1,800 people died in Rikuzen Takata. That's roughly 1 out of every 10 residents. Many of those who did survive this disaster live in temporary housing. 2 years later, cleanup crews are still sifting through debris.
Nothing about life here is simple or easy or pleasant. It is still very much an active disaster zone.
Even City Hall is a temporary box-like structure. The old building was destroyed. 1/3 of all city employees died in the tsunami. We meet the mayor in his makeshift office. He looks at our volleyball with a smile.
Yes.
It appears to have come from the local high school.
And indeed it says Takata High School.
Nice guess.
Yes.
After an epic journey across the ocean, this ball is that much closer to home. Could it be a ray of hope for a town that is surrounded by endless tragedy?
It's now a giant pile of earth.
Like much of Rikuzen Takata, the high school no longer exists. It was decimated by a massive tsunami in March of 2011.
So this was Takata High School. It was a 4-story building with 2 gymnasiums over to the side.
One of the main classroom facilities.
This amateur video
You can see just complete destruction.
shows the physical damage to the school. The emotional scars are even more severe.
So all of this that we're going to walk through, this was school grounds.
The school has been torn down.
This is supposed to be the entrance to the high school.
We came here hoping to return a volleyball to Takata High School.
The entire community went to this high school.
After the tsunami debris made an incredible voyage across the Pacific Ocean. It washed ashore in Long Beach, Washington.
I mean, everything that was lost, we just assumed it was really lost. Nothing is supposed to come back, you know? And so, but I know, oh my God, I'm gonna cry. Yes, that's the beauty of this.
With nothing but a vacant field here, we head toward the makeshift high school. What used to be a short trip for students is now a 30-minute drive each way.
Whereas you used to be able to walk to it or, you know, bike to it. This is the high school here to the left.
When we arrive, we find there's some sense of normalcy here. The kids show no sign of the heartbreak they've had to endure. The hallways are lined with cards and letters. There are numerous reminders of this tragedy throughout Takata High School, but the most powerful tribute is one you'll never see. Photographs of the 22 students and one teacher that died, hanging in the principal's office. They asked no video be taken. Several students lost both parents in this tsunami, so this school is family.
This is Principal Yokota.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Staff members are curious why we're here. Takata High School has already seen its fate reversed once before. Earlier this year, one of the school's marine science boats washed ashore in Crescent City, California. It too had been lost in the tsunami and then found.
This boat is a miracle. It survived and drifted at sea for 2 years. Things can survive after such a hardship. It will be very meaningful for the students. This will be a symbol and will encourage students for their future.
But we've come with another gift.
This washed ashore in Washington State, Long Beach, Washington. This is Takata High School?
The principal remarks how the ball still has water inside,
Has water inside.
but it's in good shape. He looks forward to sharing it with students on the first day of school. It's a story he hopes will bring them inspiration.
This ball has made a remarkable journey. I hope you'll take this ball.
Thank you.
I would like to say thank you to the person who found this.